Hello, my little lambs. It's me, Phoebe, and today is probably a little bit of a disappointing redesign because I didn't really redesign him. I just kind of changed him up a bit. But today's redesign is Taro Yamada, and you're gonna notice in this video that there's a cut between the line art, two straight flat colors, and then you're gonna see something really strange. Is that I finished this piece, and I use that as a reference picture. So I had finished it. But I wasn't recording. So I literally started, not from the very beginning, but started from when I was doing the flat colors, when I was doing all that stuff. So yeah. But today is Taro Yamada's redesign, and initially I was gonna make him originally so different than what he was. I honestly might remake this video, so this might be like um like like 0.5 of like this redesign, but I was initially gonna make him like very different, make him look very different, essentially make him look more so my type, question mark, because I was like, that's kind of like a good idea to do, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna redesign him like super different. Like, I don't like, but I guess during that time that I was thinking about that certain redesign and then forgetting it, I should have just like written my ideas down and stuff, or like download pictures off of like Pinterest or something, but like I really fucking didn't. So yeah, I'm like really disappointed in myself with this redesign, and I know you guys might be too, especially towards the end when you guys see that there's not much that I changed about him, because I did essentially just give him blue eyes, glasses, and I initially wanted to make him a little more buff, because here's like my understanding is like I would love for him to be like protective of his like little sister, not for him to like be like a little sissy like he is. I'm sorry, I mean that in like, okay, like it's just, he's just scared. Like, I don't know, like it's just, it's something about him is I don't like something about him is like just like, oh, I don't know. But honestly, I was just gonna redesign him to make him more likable. Like right now, he's just kind of plain. He's boring, and I feel like I made him a little more less boring. So, but yeah, I am gonna redo this one. That's a given. I don't know when I'll do it, but I'm pretty sure I'll do it at some point sooner or later. When I figure out like what exactly I would like for him, because I essentially for this one I made him look more like a bookworm, because his whole thing apparently is just reading and stuff. Like he's just always like reading fucking books or whatever the fuck. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I initially wanted to make that like a part of the redesign, make him look like shy, but then I also wanted to make him look sort of like, I guess, confident enough for to give the ladies a reason to actually, fawn over him and stuff. But yeah. But so far, this redesign is just like a little, like, I added a little spice to it, if you wouldn't mind. But yeah, you guys already know the drill with the redesigns. I read their wiki page, and you guys listen to me. Fail to read. So Taro Yamada, his alias, or rather, I would say this is like more his like nickname. Senpai-kun, role Senpai. His class is 3-2. Originally his club was gardening, but originally his club is none, but it looks like gardening club was his club in September 18th, 2015. So his persona is a loner, reputation 0 overall, liked 0, respected 0, feared 0. Now that is something I don't like, because how is he not liked, but then it's like he has girls fawning over him and he's not respected? I don't know. That just doesn't make sense. But when I redo this whole redesign, I am going to put that into account. But yeah, I'm gonna put everything in it. His crush is none. His strength and capable appears week 1, formerly voiced by Austin Hively. Also, strength and capable. I don't know. I just don't like the idea is like he's incapable because like for me, if I had like a little sister, I would want to, I guess, do something to protect her. I don't know. Like learn at least some defense. Like that would be really really amazing. Anyways, Taro Yamada, commonly known as Senpai or Senpai-kun, is the love interest of Ayano Aishi and one of the students who currently attends Academy. He's one of the main characters in Yandere Simulator. No shit. Ugh, he's just so plain looking. So his appearance, plain. That's all I gotta say about it. Like plain as fuck. Like I wanted to spice up his redesign so bad, but I couldn't think of anything. Like, and then it's just like there's AI art like plaguing Pinterest right now, so I couldn't really look for like inspo like that, but I'll probably just like keep looking. I'll probably like get inspired by like some Instagram post. I don't know, I've been a little more active on Instagram lately than Bluesky. I don't know. But anyways, follow those. All in the description, by the way. Follow me on all my social media. And please commission me. I'm on VGen now, actually. So feel free to commission me. Anyways, appearance. Default. Taro's default appearance is light skin, charcoal gray, eyes, short black hair. If possible, Yandere Dev would want him to be slightly taller, although he is described as the average height for a Japanese man. This is his default look, as he is meant to look like a generic male anime protagonist. He wears the default school uniform the player chose. When meeting Amai and Kizana, he wears a black sweater with white lines on the elbows, a white button-up shirt underneath the sweater, and tan pants. He wears brown shoes with a plaid design above and underneath his trousers. Upon starting the game, the player can customize his skin tone, hairstyle, hair color, eyewear, and facial hair. However, if no changes are made or the process is skipped, Taro will appear with his default look. The player might be able to choose his gender in the game's final version. When wearing an apron on Wednesday week 2, his apron is black with yellow outlines. He is canonically average according to his student profile, which I don't like because how is he going to make all these girls fall for him and look average? I am just saying. I don't know. I feel like with the glasses I added, with his blue eyes, I feel like I added a little more charm to him than he would normally have. I was originally going to give him like messy hair, but I don't know. I didn't like how I initially drew it, so I scrapped it. But I actually might keep that because I don't know. I would like him to have like some sort of like shaggy hair. I don't know. I want to make him look attractive because hello, how is Ayano gonna fall for him? How is Kizana gonna fall for him? How's Amai? How's oh my god, like all the other rivals? How are they all gonna fall for him? And he's gonna look like that. Anyways. Personality. So he has a description here from the official website InfoChan and InfoChan in the mission mode. So I don't know if no, I don't think I'm gonna read that because whatever. Taro is meant to be plain and average. InfoChan cannot dig up any dark secrets about Taro. He appears to have none at all. Boring. Taro is mostly a loner who enjoys nature more than the company of people. However, he is friendly towards anyone who wants to talk to him. Though an introvert, he doesn't seem to be shy. He is normally gentle and considerate, but would feel enraged upon witnessing a mass killer and unmask them without any regard for his safety, which may lead to game over when the player sees Taro freak out. They see Ayano and perceive the situation exaggeratedly. Now, here's my thing. Like, if he's gonna feel enraged and then, like, witness, like, Ayano kill somebody and then unmask them with no regard for his safety, I feel like he has to be somewhat capable, at least, of, like, fighting. At least. Like, that's the bare fucking minimum. I don't know. Yandere Dev describes Taro as smart, as he enrolled into Academy when he was 16 and is now in his 3rd year. Taro is not popular in the beginning, although girls will fall in love with him throughout the game. Don't know why. Because, again, why is he meant to be plain? And, like, I get that, like, maybe this was, like, intended so that we can, like, push our own, like, I guess essentially make Senpai our type, because if we are gonna get customization in the final game, then, you know, we essentially make him our type. We, do everything. We customize him, whatever. But, like, I don't know. I just don't like that aspect, because I'm like, ugh. Like, I don't know. If this whole game is supposed to have a storyline, then I don't understand why he has to be plain and boring, and, like, why we get to customize him. But I get that it's kind of fun, but I'm like, Anyways. Okay, some popular people might even notice him. Taro seems oblivious to Asana's affection, since whenever she says something that could be considered flirting, he either doesn't hear it or doesn't understand what she means. You're described as smart. So, oh my god. Okay, I don't know. Sorry. I get that he can be oblivious. I'm oblivious to, I don't know if people are actually interested in me, or if they're just, like, fucking around with me. Like, I get it. But I'm just like, I don't know. Ugh. Well, Osana's confusing too, because she's a tsundere. That's one thing I know. She's a tsundere, and freaking, I don't know. Sorry. His personality will be shaped and molded by the way the people around him are disappearing. However, this feature is still under development. Depending on Ayano's actions, Taro might develop PTSD, a personality complex, a nervous disorder, or social anxiety. In the future, Taro will have a sanity meter. His sanity will drop if rivals keep dying. His sanity will drop even more if Osana or Hanako Yamada dies. If Taro thinks Ayano is responsible for Osana, Hanako, or any other rival's death, he may become aggressive towards her and possibly reject her. His sanity could be increased over time, provided that there were no murders at the school, or by giving him gifts which can gradually make Taro obsessed with his admirer. Taro's current sanity will affect his daily routine and personality. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I get it. I get, like, I kind of get this mechanic, but it's just kind of like really, like, any girl, like, any rival, like, I don't know, it's like you've only known them for, like, a week, and then it's just, like, and then you're just like, oh my god, like, they're dead. Like, it can be a shock, but I don't know if you'd be, like, completely, like, depressed by it. But then again, I don't know. Thankfully I've never had something like that happen to me, and don't think I ever will, so. If too many rivals die shortly after they talk to him, he will wonder if he is cursed. Okay, I get that. If he has to reject many rivals because he can't get along with any girl he meets due to the player sabotaging them, then he will worry that he will never find a partner. If too many rivals are eliminated via matchmaking suitors, he will think that he is not as appealing as other boys. If rivals mysteriously stop coming to school but he does not know their fate, he will assume that they're all delinquents who skip school. I guess that's, like, the best outcome, really. I don't know. If rivals are all framed for murder leading to a life sentence or most likely the death penalty, he will wonder if all women are murderers. What? Sir, relax. If rivals frequently commit unaliving, then he will think that all women are on the brink of unaliving. Oh, my god. If rivals are befriended and promise to stay away from him, he will worry that no one will ever be interested in him or spending time with him. What? That's crazy. That's a lot of factors that you do have to think about, like, when you're essentially eliminating all the rivals. I guess you kind of have to do, like, one at a time, really. You gotta, like, balance that out. That's so odd. That's so weird. Oh, jeez. Anyways, his routine. During his first week, Taro starts the day by talking to Asana Najimi first, around 7:05 a.m. He walks to his locker at 7:10 and changes to his outdoor shoes to his indoor shoes at 7:15. He walks to the fountain in the plaza and sits on the edge reading a book, as usual. On Tuesday, when Asana borrows his book, he will simply walk around the school, enjoying nature. At 8 a.m., he walks to classroom 32, sits at his desk, and plays on his phone. He starts his morning classes at 8:30. He leaves to eat his lunch with Osana and Raiburu on the rooftop at 1 p.m. He walks back to class at 1:30 and participates in cleaning time between 3:30 and 4 p.m. During his cleaning time, he can be seen cleaning the fountain in the plaza. At 4 p.m., he will read until 5:15. At 5:15, he will have another conversation with Asana, and they will walk home together. No matter what time the player chooses to leave the school, Ayana always follows him until he arrives at his house safely. His routine may be changed by Ayana's actions, such as sabotage. So that's his current routine. That's all we're doing. I don't know. I feel like the school would have like a book club. If he's gonna be a bookworm, I need him to be in book club. Something along those lines. Because he's not, I don't know, like I feel like he would love to talk about his books. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not necessarily a reader. I'm not. I want to get back into like reading, whether it be like fan fiction or I do want to read Citadel by C.M. Alonji. I do want to read that. But I feel like there should be like a book club at the school. If there can be an occult club, there can be a goddamn book club. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Gameplay. Staying near Taro will cause Ayana's heart to beat loudly and the screen to turn pink. She will drop anything that she's currently holding, keeping her hands to her chest. She cannot do anything besides walk slowly when she is near him. Entering this zone will help Ayana recover lost sanity. However, the longer she remains in his aura, the weirder she acts in front of him, going from shyly gazing at him to staring at him creepily. If Ayana stands in Taro's line of sight for too long or aims her phone at him, he will get slightly freaked out and a bit concerned. If this happens 5 times in one day, he will express that she is scaring him, causing Ayana to become heartbroken and trigger a game over. If Ayana is in the occult club or plays the stealth game in the gaming club, she can stay in Taro's aura for longer without being noticed. Taro will not recognize her when she is wearing a mask. Gameplay-wise, Taro is more similar to a moving obstacle rather than a regular interactive student, as he cannot be interacted with normally. If Ayana murders in his field of view, it will cause an instant heartbroken game over. If he sees Ayana performing a suspicious action such as holding a weapon, dragging a corpse, having low sanity, being covered in blood, killing a person, or taking a panty shot, it will trigger an immediate game over as well. If Ayana murders in his field of view while wearing a mask, he will disregard his safety and rip Ayana's mask off her face and cause an instant game over, despite usually ignoring her in other cases. Taro cannot be killed like a normal student due to his aura outside of snap mode and certain Easter eggs. Taro is a loner. When he sees a corpse, bloodstains, suspicious weapons, or limbs, he will run out of the school grounds and call the police. He doesn't appear in mission mode, as he became Ayana's first victim in the mission mode storyline. What? Huh? Excuse me? He became Ayana's first victim in the mission mode storyline. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Huh? Okay. Anyways, his conversational topics that Taro has opinions on are as follows. So his positive: justice, reading, solitude, family, and nature. Negative: drama, occult, cats, violence, and gossip. See, this is why in my redesign video for Oka, I made her a lesbian. Now, I just said it. Like, my redesign for Oka, she's a lesbian. This girl is a lesbian! Lesbian! Like, and then it's just like, he doesn't like the occult, so then why is Oka trying to go after a man who doesn't like the occult? Like, I get it. Like if they get together, he's apparently gonna change his whole personality and like become like a ghost hunter or something with whatever he does when he decides to be with Oka if she confesses, whatever. But like, ma'am, I need you to stand up. I need you to stand up. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. Relationships. Ayano Aishi. Ayano deeply obsesses over Taro due to him giving her emotions with his presence. He is unaware of the fact that Ayana has been stalking him and knows where he lives due to her following him home after school. Out of selfishness, because he is her only reason to live, Ayana would refuse to let any girl to be around him, including his childhood friend and younger sister, no matter what, even if it means harm and killing. Ayano tries to embody the traits her previous rivals had. such as improving her cooking ability to replace what she took away from Taro. He remembers Ayano due to accidentally bumping into her. If Taro rejects Ayano, she would snap and mercilessly kill him, as she thinks he only belonged to her because the rejection will ultimately destroy Ayano's reason to live. If Taro learns Ayano killed Osana, Hanako, or any other rival, their relationship will appear hostile. He may grow violent and aggressive towards Ayano and harshly hate her, and he would reject her confession. Taro might also develop a deep hatred towards Ayano and kill her to avenge his deceased loved ones. At that point, Taro would refuse to do anything with Ayano for hurting his loved ones. See, now that doesn't sound like a man that's incapable of defending himself. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Like, I get it, like, people snap and they go, like, completely just, like, off the rails and do something so completely unexpected. But I don't know. Like, if he's gonna, like, avenge them, then it's, like, you have to have some form of, like, defense learned. You know, that's all I'm saying. Anyways, rivals. In the full game, Taro will be on good terms with all the rivals, so he won't suspect them of any crimes, even if he sees them covered in blood. Osana Najimi. Osana and Taro are childhood best friends. They have known each other for a decade. He and Osana attended the same middle school. When Taro, and his little sister Hanako were all younger, they used to hang out together. The two continued to be very close, meeting every morning. Osana first met Taro at the local playground where all the neighborhood kids went to play. Her death, like that of Hanako, would cause Taro's sanity to drop significantly. If Osana dies and her corpse is discovered, Taro will stay home from school one day to mourn her death. Regardless of how she's eliminated, he will feel sad or guilty about the situation. If Taro knew who killed Osana, he would want to see that person imprisoned immediately. Amai Oroyaka. Amai will serve as a positive influence to Taro's life after Osana is eliminated, as she comforts him after listening to his distress. Amai knows Taro as she has seen him around Akademi when she attended in a previous year. Kizana Shinobu. Taro considers Kizana a bit bossy, but impressed by her passion for acting and is flattered by what she thinks of him. In the event of the drama club being disbanded before Kizana's week, she would do everything herself and force Taro to help her. Okaruto. Taro likes Oka for her personality. Mida Rana. Taro and Mida's relationship will be very complicated, or rather hard to explain. Mida will try to seduce Taro, and though Taro is not perverted, he would eventually fall in love with her. Anyways, I do not know how to say this name, which I am very sorry. Yukiya Injeka? I don't know. If none of the rivals ended up affecting Taro's love life, he would likely enter a relationship with Yukiya. Since the Gardening Club is the one club that he actually ever seriously considered joining, he would wind up with Yukiya if Ayano and any other rivals never existed. Family. Taro's parents look very ordinary. His father looks like an older version of him, and his mother looks like as plain as he does. If they suspected he was in danger, they would move towns for him. Hanako Yamada. Hanako is Taro's younger sister. If she ever got a boyfriend, he would be sad that he is no longer the center of her world. However, he would be very, very happy that she is finally independent from him in a bittersweet way. His sanity variable will greatly decrease if he knows of her death. At the end of her week, she will try to force her brother to agree that he will never get a girlfriend. If he rejects her, he will give her a tough love speech about not being so clingy and needy and depending on him for everything. With Hanako having a pet rabbit, Taro did play and feed the rabbit. On August 1st, 2019, Yandere Dev released a manga about the backstory of Nemesis. The comic explained how Nemesis was trying to hunt the person who killed her brother, Taro. That's why she targets Ayano Aishi in mission mode. If Hanako tried to convince Taro to switch schools, her attempts would not be successful. Others, his friends. According to Yandere Dev, Taro has friends, but they moved out of Buruaza town only to stay in contact via internet. Raiburu Fumetsu. While Taro does not spend a lot of time around Raiburu, he thinks of her as a nice and friendly person. His happiness stems from the fact that Osana is happy to have Raiburu as her friend. Trivia. In Japanese, the word senpai means upperclassman. No fucking shit. Sorry. If you did not know that, then there it is. His name, Taro Yamada, is the Japanese equivalent of John Doe. Huh? John Doe can refer to a hypothetical person whose real identity is unknown. If he's a female, the name would be Taiko Yamada. The name Taro is written as in katakana, written in kanji, like the name can mean many bright. However, there are other kanji writings for his name. For instance, I cannot read Japanese, so I'm unable to say the spaces in between that I'm like missing. Anyways, means big sun, standing flower, and selected waterfall. His name will never be spoken out loud, but it will appear in the student info screen on the in-game social media page. The player may be able to pick his name in a future build. In the official game, the player will be able to choose his gender. In the future, there might be a date gameplay mechanic in the street. The character model that was used to make him is available in the Uni Access store under the name Taichi Hayami. His birthday might be April 1st as the same day as Ayano Aishi's, so they're both jokes. That's all I gotta say. He has an unnamed career path that he has not revealed yet. According to Yandere Dev, Taro would likely become an author after he graduates. He has thought of since that was. My god, this is so hard to read because it's so. I don't know the way it's written. According to Yandere Dev, Taro would likely become an author after he graduates. He has thought since he was a kid and has written a few stories, but he's unsure if he will go forward with it or choose something else instead. He has never bought a panty shot from Enfo-chan. What the fuck? He can cook very simple meals, but for some reason he tells Amai he doesn't know how to cook at all. His favorite food is sushi. His lines will be affected by the elimination method used on rifles. If too many girls die or go missing after meeting him, rumors may possibly spread that he's a serial killer. In the future, it will be possible to steal his clothes and shoes from the gymnasium. Yandere Dev has said that the game mechanics of stealing items from him for the static Senpai shrine has been planned since its implementation. God damn it. On December 23rd, 2015, Yandere Dev posted a comic created by Acromatic, which joked about what would happen if he was allergic to cats. If he was allergic to cats, Ayana would kill her own beloved cat for him. It is later confirmed by Yandere Dev that both Taro and his sister are allergic to cats. This comic can be viewed on Yandere Dev's website. On Akademi's school page, Cowbook, there was originally a post made about him asking how old the sakura trees are. Later it was changed so that Sakyubasu posted it. The reason he is so popular is because he sat in the main character chair for that moment on his fate. His destiny was set in stone. He wrote a book, How to Hentai Without... Oh my god! It was declared non-canon. I'm not reading that. Goodbye. Anyways, besides reading and listening to classical music, Taro's hobbies include calligraphy, bonsai, and origami. Taro likes reading classic Japanese literature. There's so much trivia about him. I'm like trying to go through this as quick as I can. Jesus Christ. I can't. There's gonna be so much more for Ayano. She's the main character. There's gonna be so much more for her. I'm just realizing that. Anyways, I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can so I can end this video. Because I think I'm gonna have to... Whatever, it's some editing thing that I have to do. So, in the February 17th, 2016 build, he was shown in his student profile as darker skinned, blonde with spiky hair, and wearing shades. He was made to look that way because Yandere Dev was testing out new customization features and forgot to reset him. Tripwires and bucket traps never worked on Taro. This is because, according to Yandere Dev, Taro was pranked a lot in middle school and has become a vigilant of pranks. Oh my god. When he's about to get electrocuted by the car battery, just like the faculty, the student council who dodged the puddle and avoid being electrified. According to a question Yandere Dev answered, if Taro ever reported Rana's sexual harassment to Kocho Shuyona, the headmaster would think, what's wrong with this guy? When I was his age, I had a huge crush on my teacher and wanted to marry her. He's so lucky. Why is he complaining? Kocho would immediately tell him to go file a report with Genka Kunohito. Taro appeared as playable mortal in Dark Deception Monsters and Mortals before its removal from Steam storefront on September 27, 2023. If Taro imprisoned Ayana with attention to rehabilitate her, she would fool him and pretend to be fixed. Once she manipulates him into releasing her, she would reverse the situation and make Taro her prisoner or take any course of action to be his girlfriend. According to his Tuesday conversation with Amai, his favorite color is black. Yandere Dev says that Taro likes sweet and gentle girls. Taro knows how to play the piano. If Taro had a girlfriend, Mita Rana tried to advance to him, he will reject her. Similar to his sister, Taro would be useless in a zombie apocalypse. Yandere Dev has mentioned that if Aja Ashitomi had a crush, it would be Taro, as many of his interests lay between being traditional and Japanese. That was a lot to get through, and I'm so sorry. But if you'd like to learn more about what the part I skipped over, you can look at that on the wiki page. But for now, y'all, that's my redesign, my boring, unfortunate redesign of Taro Yamada that I was so hoping for, but I will be redesigning him, so don't worry. I will be redesigning him again, so don't worry. We'll get to that, okay, folks? Anyways, I love you, my little lambs. Feel free to follow all my social media in the description down below. I take commissions on VGen now, and I take them on coffee. Feel free to buy me a coffee. And I'm an affiliate with the Pogger shop, so feel free to buy some of their energy stuff, which I do need to. I'm running low on my watermelon powder. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, day, evening, night, whatever time it is for you. And I will see you all in the next one of whatever I make. Peace out, you guys.